All right, let's dive into the final habit from Stephen Covey's The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. This is habit 7, sharpen the saw. And this is the one that really holds all the others together. It's the habit that makes long-term success actually possible.
So Covey kicks things off with this really vivid story. Picture this. You're walking through the woods, and you come across this person just furiously trying to cut down a tree. They look exhausted. You ask them what's up, and they say, "I'm sawing down this tree." They've been going at it for 5 hours straight. So you say, "Hey, why don't you take a quick break, sharpen your saw. I bet it would go a lot faster." And they just look at you totally wiped out and say, "I don't have time to sharpen the saw. I'm too busy sawing."
I mean, does that just hit a little too close to home? That feeling of being constantly on the go, running on empty, working harder and harder, but feeling like you're actually getting less done? It's that trap of being too busy to get better, faster, or stronger. And this is the exact problem that Habit 7 is here to solve. Okay, so to really get the solution, we've got to understand the core idea behind it. Covey calls it the P/PC balance. Honestly, this is the secret to getting out of that whole too busy sawing mess. Think back to that old fable, the one about the goose that laid the golden eggs. Well, the P stands for production. That's the golden eggs, right? The results we want. But the PC stands for production capability. That's the goose itself, the thing that actually makes the eggs. See, real effectiveness is all about balancing the two. If you only focus on getting the eggs and you neglect the goose, well, pretty soon, you won't have either. And this idea, this P/PC principle, it applies to basically everything. Focusing only on P, the golden eggs, is like running a machine into the ground just for short-term output. It's like cramming all night for a test just to pass. But when you focus on PC, the goose, you're doing the maintenance so the machine lasts for years. You're studying consistently to actually learn something. It's all about building that long-term capability, not just chasing short-term results. And here's the most important part of all this. When it comes to your own personal effectiveness, you are the goose. You are the production capability. So Habit 7 is all about taking care of your number one asset. It's personal PC, the habit of preserving and enhancing yourself. Okay, so that all sounds great, but how do we actually do it? How do we practice this personal PC? Well, Covey lays out a really simple but incredibly powerful framework. It's all about renewing ourselves consistently across 4 key areas of our lives. So here's the framework. It's made up of 4 dimensions: the physical, the spiritual, the mental, and the social/emotional. Now, what Covey really stresses is that these are all connected. You can't just focus on one and ignore the others. If you let one area slide, believe me, it's going to pull the others down with it. Real renewal has to be a wise, balanced approach to all 4. So let's just break that down a bit. For the physical dimension, we're talking about the obvious stuff: exercise, nutrition, managing your stress. The spiritual, now that's about connecting with your core values, maybe through study or meditation or time in nature. The mental dimension is all about keeping your mind sharp, reading, planning, writing. And finally, the social/emotional dimension is all about nurturing your relationships through things like empathy, service, and creating synergy with others. Let's put it this way. Each part has a vital job to do. The physical is about maintaining your body, your vehicle through life. The spiritual gives you your direction, your purpose. The mental is about always learning, always growing. And that social/emotional piece, that's where we get to practice building those strong, positive connections with other people. Now, having a framework is one thing, but Covey gives us something really concrete to make it happen. He calls it the daily private victory, and this is the absolute key to making Habit 7 a real, consistent part of your life. This quote just perfectly captures what the daily private victory is all about. It's about winning that battle with yourself first. It's the consistent, private work you do on yourself that really prepares you to handle all the public challenges life throws at you with strength and, a bit of grace. So, what is it exactly? Well, Covey recommends a simple practice. Spend 1 hour a day, every single day, just focused on renewing those first 3 dimensions: the physical, the spiritual, and the mental. And the social/emotional part? He says that gets renewed naturally in our daily interactions with other people. Just 1 hour. That's it. And Covey is so passionate about this. He says there is literally no other way you could spend an hour that would even come close in terms of value and results. This 1 hour, he argues, will make every other hour of your day more effective. So what's the big payoff for all this consistent work? I mean, what's the end game here? It's not just about avoiding burnout. It's about kicking off what Covey calls an upward spiral of growth, where you just keep getting better and better over time.
And if you look at how the 7 habits are structured, it all just clicks into place. See, habit 7, sharpen the saw, it isn't just the last step. It literally surrounds everything else. Why? Because it's the habit that makes all the other habits possible. This renewal is the fuel that lets you be proactive, begin with the end in mind, all of it.
And this is where the real magic happens. It's synergy. When you invest in your physical health, your mind gets sharper. When you strengthen your spiritual core, your emotional resilience just skyrockets. Improving in any one of these areas creates this amazing positive ripple effect across all the others. That synergy is what creates the upward spiral. It becomes this cycle of learning something new, committing to it, and then actually doing it. And you keep doing that on higher and higher levels. It's the path of continuous improvement, not just for a week, but for your whole life. So, let's end with a question for you. Don't worry about some huge, life-altering plan for a moment. Just based on everything we've talked about, what is one simple thing you'll commit to doing this week to sharpen your saw? In any one of those 4 areas. Because that one small, consistent action, that's where the upward spiral begins.